What is up, YouTubers? This is your boy Scartoon, and I'm here today to bring you another Bleach Brave Souls video. I'm going to be doing the 6-star 100% character analysis on none other than Buntai Juni no Kagakusha to Sencho Kurosuchi Mayuri. That's right, the captain of Squad 12, the mad scientist of the Research and Development Division, Mayuri Kurosuchi. Let's just get into this bad boy and find out, how good he is, or not. Alright, so, first thing you'll notice over here is he's got that 715 stamina. Not very high for a 6-star, so, meh. 458 attack, you gotta be kidding me. 289 defense, this is actually on the higher side of defense, but I don't know. I don't care, it's not even that noticeable. Focus is 250, commonly around 245 is where the average focus is, so this doesn't even pop either. And lastly, 478 spiritual pressure. That's kind of a bummer for a strong attack recharge time soul trait. So I don't know how I feel about this. I think I just wasted my time and jewels, but let's find out. Alright, so we're gonna go and check out his attainable upgrades. Alright, so you'll notice that he only has 4. That is corny. I don't like that. Let's make sure. Yeah, it's only 4. Wow, I did not notice that. Okay, so let's see from top to bottom, left to right. He has long reach. This increases his reach, and I always had a problem with his normal attack range. So hopefully this remedies whatever situation I was having before. And Havoc increases the area of your strong attacks. Okay, so that's pretty decent. All right. He has Debilitator. This increases the inflicted status ailment, okay? So the duration just increases. And it does increase significantly by like 8 to 10 seconds. So it's pretty, it helps you do a lot of damage. And Weakening Defense. It adds a defense debuff ability to special move. This is something that, Barrigan kind of has, but I think it's different. But we'll find out later on. But yeah, it just pretty much reduces the armor count of whoever gets stunned by your status ailment. But you'll also notice that he doesn't have the increased flash steps. So he doesn't really have any type of maneuverability that, makes his weak attributes, okay to have. And that's a bummer. That he doesn't even have increased flash steps. That stinks. But you know what? Let's just get into this and enjoy the clips, guys. Running a NAD build. Okay, we're going to be doing the Toshiro raid quests, full boosties. Let's get it popping. Alright, so let's test out the strength first since this is an ad build. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he shoots out a wave at the 4th hit, which is the last hit of the string. So it's a 4-hit attack string, essentially. And let's just see how much damage he's going to do. Okay, so full NAD build with, I think he has, 70% additional attack power. No, it's actually more than that. I think it's, 84%. But, it's weird, He doesn't produce outstanding NAD damage. I'm not amazed by it. His attack string is actually really stiff if you analyze it any further. Look at that. He nearly has a lot of defense points, and for some strange reason, he can't take damage very well. That's a bummer. He really cannot take damage really well. And they don't have an attribute advantage over him. He just can't take this damage the way he's supposed to. Now, let me not, play around with this. Let me actually get rid of these guys because, they're a problem. But as you can see, he doesn't really do much damage, really. And if you do make a mistake, he doesn't take damage really well. So that's a big problem. Made me look like a nub because I'm not really using my strong attacks, mainly because I'm trying to do smooth transitions of normal attacks, and they just feel so stiff, and he doesn't have that double flash step either, so all of his normal attacks are gonna feel really stiff, it just feels like you're stuck doing them when, they take too long to complete. Not a very fast attack string. They didn't give him adrenaline or anything like that. They gave him crappy things, and the increased reach is much needed, and it's good, but not good enough. Running a sad build. Okay, Toshio Raid, full boosty, sad build, here we go. Alright, so, first thing, let's test out his recharge times for these strong attacks. First strong attack, 7 seconds. Second, 14.1. Third, 21.5 or something. Yeah, something like that. They all have like these points, and that's attributed to his native recharge time already embedded in his character. So now since we're doing a sad, let's see this damage. Is it outstanding damage for me to go, wow? Not really. I mean, 60% more sad damage. I'm running 30% more spiritual pressure and a little bit of extra attack there because it does also influence the strong attacks. Probably not as much as the spiritual pressure does, but at least it does also have an influence on it. No more than most characters had. And I'm not overwhelmed by his strong attacks. Possibly if they had Frenzy, this would probably be a better look for him, you know, because he needs something to help him do damage. And you know, honestly, I mean, I'm thinking about his debilitator and such, and I don't find it, you know, something worth actually like taking him along with you as a boss status ailment or a boss killer. You know, I'd personally rather take Toshio. He doesn't decrease armor count, but you know, he freezes the boss and he could actually do stuff. This guy is looking like he can't do much because, you know, taking care of mobs is not, it's not quick work for him. It takes relatively, you know, a long time for him to actually get through a mob, even using solely and purely strong attacks. Like, I'm expecting you to knock something out with 2 or 3 strong attacks, but it just takes entirely too long to, you know, recharge is 1, and 2, get these mobs off the field, because they do pretty decent damage, but they would have done this for an Ukiura 5-star, or they would have probably been doing more, most likely, for a 5-star character. And, you know, it's just, it didn't increase to him the way he needed to be. It kind of stinks, you know. And all these moves that he does, I find so stiff. You know, they're just wonky. And that second flash step, not having that, I can't believe he was one of the guys that don't have it. Wow. Anyway, a sad build is it's viable if you actually are interested in using this guy. Yeah, I'd say a sad build is pretty decent. Running a SAR build. Toshio Raid, SAR build, let's go. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is test out his cooldown times. First strong attack, like 4 or 5-ish seconds. Second, 9 seconds. And last, 13 seconds. That's solid. Alright, so why don't we just test out these strong attacks and see how much control over the field he can maintain just using straight strong attacks or having answers with his strong attacks. So yeah, I guess his strong attacks actually produce like higher output of status ailment duration. I don't know if his status ailment actually got increased or anything, but you know, he does have a pretty good degree of control over the field with a SAR build, as most SAR characters should. However, you know, like I said, he takes a long time to actually do some of his strong attacks, is 1. 2 is they don't really produce that much potent damage with the sad build, so you could already surmise that with a SAR build you're producing like literally half of the damage. And you know, I don't know, it's just so underwhelming to me because I have control, it's really safe. SAR builds are always safe for PvE, but it's just I'm not producing enough damage, and in the hands of a good SAR user, you know, like Nell or something, you're not gonna have these issues. She's gonna eliminate mobs, especially with the Shinten and all this. Like I have things that are giving me spiritual pressure over here, and what's crazy to note is that, you know, he's not doing a lot less damage than he was a lot more damage than he was when he had Chappies on. And essentially his damage for his strong attack should have been cut in half. But it's almost like they're almost on par with his original attack. It's really weird. So, you know, does spiritual pressure not have a big influence on his overall attacks, or what? Because, you know, he's not doing that much damage with these strong attacks, and it's kind of very underwhelming. And you know, his normal attacks already suffer. Look, like that's what a 5-star would do. Oh my god, he's not even above 1,000 with normal attack. And yeah, I mean, SAR build is obviously the best choice for him, but you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't use it. Alright, so let me. Alright, I'm gonna hit him with my special. Let's see what the special does. I don't have attention to on that. Alright, so not much damage really. Well, there you have it. That's my 6-star character analysis on Mayuri Kurosuchi. In the end, you find using a SAR build is probably your safest option. This is attributed to him actually just being a recharge time character altogether. So, of course, SAR build is probably going to be your safest and more viable option. But standing on even keel with it is a sad build. It packs a little bit more of a wallop, gets rid of mobs a lot faster, you just have to bide your time in between strong attacks a little longer, and that is what's bothersome about it. However, it does provide a good clean style of gameplay if you know how to play that. When it comes down to a NAD build, it's not really a good move or a good look to use a NAD build. Even with chappies and everything, he just has really weak defense. Like, he doesn't take hits very well is one. You're going to be putting yourself in danger because he doesn't have good range on his slashes. He has a really kind of slow attack string, and they didn't give him adrenaline. And then lastly, he doesn't have double flash steps, so he has this decreased mobility when it comes down to using NAD, and it puts him at a big disadvantage, and it's really not worth the risk for what damage that he actually can do. Alright, his status ailment and his special, they're nothing serious. They're not even something I'd, be willing to want to upgrade in the first place, because they're nothing special, as you saw. So, altogether, this character for me gets an F. I mean, that status ailment's not better than Barrigan's debuff, and, just the status ailment alone by itself doesn't sell it for me, because Toshiro himself does a status ailment, and he also delivers 10 hits on top of it. So, it's just a no-go for this guy. He gets a big fat F, and if you have him in your roster, I recommend you do not level him up. That is until K-Lab decides to change him and actually make him usable, if that would ever happen. Either way, that's my analysis, and you're always welcome to make your own opinions about this. Alright? But that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Barrigan, Hiyori, Dongai, Visored, Ichigo, and Yoruichi are all complete. I'm going to probably start with Dongai, then Visored, and work my way down in a scrambled motion. I can't say the rest, I don't know yet, but you will see all of these guys on the channel, so stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. I'm your boy Scartoon, and I'm signing out of here. Dude, chill. Productions.